Hello, and welcome to Tech and More. Hope you guys are doing awesome. In this video, we are going to talk about exceptions. So, exceptions are always there. This is what we have heard a lot, right? Now, this is the same case as with Selenium WebDriver, right? So, the intent of this video is to help you understand the concept of exception, how to handle these exceptions, and the code that we use to handle these exceptions, right? Now, understand one thing. In the next video, we are going to talk about the three most common exceptions or the three most important exceptions that you should know of. But before that, before understanding these three exceptions, it is very, very vital to understand the concept, right? Because here in Tech and More, we firmly believe that if you understand the basic concept, things become pretty easy thereafter, right? So let's start. Now, what is an exception? So grammatically, in the English term, it's a special or an uncommon. That is, somebody tells that, you know what, that chap got so-and-so salary and so-and-so experience. I mean, this is just pretty amazing. This is just pretty exceptional, right? But technically, it is an event which occurs, or rather an event which triggers the test execution to break, right? All in all, let's suppose due to so and so reason, a test execution which was in progress that broke, right? And that happened due to an exception. How? Of course, we have the reasons mentioned here, which is the lesser declared weight, incorrect syntax. Then we have the serviceability issues. So, let's suppose if you declared the syntax incorrectly, or let's suppose if there is a problem from the server end, or let's suppose if there is some internet issue. Now, before going ahead, let me take you to a website and let's see a couple of reasons, a couple of things that might result in test execution break, right? So this is the website that we're going to. Now, if you notice, there was some lag in opening the website, right? Usually a website will not take that long. It took around 1 to 2 seconds to load the page, right? Now, what happened as an estate, you wrote a code or you wrote a test step that says that navigate to this website, which is zaloga.com, scroll down and click on the tile which reads Hotstar Specials Arya Season 2 trailer out. If you're a OTT enthusiast and you want to see the trailer and all the details. So you wrote a test case that forms this. Now, Selenium opens up the browser, navigates to the URL, clicks on this, but since there was a lag, Zaloga.com did not actually load. And before that, Selenium went ahead and tried to click on the link, and it fails, right? And it breaks the execution. Understand? That is the prime example of a test execution failure or a test execution break that happened due to an exception, right? So one more thing. Let's suppose you wrote a script that asked the system to go ahead and verify this word, which is career, right? So you wanted your Selenium to go ahead, navigate to the website again and verify whether the career keyword or the career verbiage is written on the website or not, right? Of course, again, it went ahead and the web page did not load and somehow it broke the script. One more thing can be that by mistake, you ask Selenium to locate the career word. It did. Somehow the web page or the load time reduced and it did. But you gave a .click method in front of it. So try to click on it. Now it's trying to click on it. Even I am, right? But it is not navigating into anything because it is not a button or it is not a hyperlink. So it will not navigate you. It's a simple H1 tag or an H2 tag, right? In that case also, the test execution will break and an exception will occur. Cool. These are some very, very common reasons of how an exception can occur or resulting in a test execution fail, right? Now let's navigate to exception handling. That is, the process of getting a hold on these issues, which I just mentioned, is termed as exception handling, right? So of course, when there is a problem, there is a solution. So if let's suppose these issues are occurring again and again, or these different issues are occurring, the art of handling these issues in Selenium using the code, the relevant code is termed as exception handling, right? Now, one important thing to understand is let's go and have a look at the code, right? before I help you understand this thing. So the intent is, that is, when you are performing an exception handling scenario, what is the intent? The intent is that the execution should not be hampered, the execution should not break, right? So let's suppose it asks, rather we as assets asked Selenium to go ahead and verify the career keyword and then click on it. So somehow this was not clickable and we did it by mistake, right? So it should not break at that point of time. Which we have to have a way which handles this particular situation. And how do we handle it? Using the try catch block, right? As simple as understanding is that you have two components of exception handling the code way, which is one is try and one is catch. So if you see clearly, try has its own block, that is try, open, and close brackets, right? It says write your step to perform here. Let's take the example of maybe Instagram button, right? So the test case is something that you open the browser, you navigate to the URL jaloga.com and you click on Instagram, and then you verify whether the Instagram page opened or not, right? It's as simple as that. Good. Now, the exception or the problem which occurred is that it took some time to load jaloga.com webpage, and that is why I could not click on the Instagram page, and that is why it gave an exception, right? So what we'll do is in the try block, you'll give these steps. That is, of course, navigate, and all these steps are separate. You'll just give the step which says click on the Instagram button. That's it. So you give that particular step, that is, let's write it down here for easy purposes. It says click on IG button. Oh, I'm sorry. Click on IG button, right? This is the action, or this is the thing that you're asking Selenium to perform in the try block, right? Now, let's suppose if the website loaded with some delay, then what happens? It should not break the execution, right? So what we'll do is we'll ask the system to perform something else. I don't know, maybe instead of Instagram, you have a Twitter button here. So you click on Twitter, and somehow it records that this particular issue happened, right? So what you'll do is either perform another action or simply return or throw the exception. See, you can do both things. Number one is that you can ask the system to stop it and share the exception with you, right? It can be no element except no such element. It can be stale element, all these things. But the more practical or the project oriented thing to do is that you click on something else and you tell the system that why the action that you were planning to perform at the first time did not happen with the exception reason, right? So what will happen here? I will give a code which will say, let's say, click on Twitter button, right? And in the next one, I'll say throw the exception, right? So the exception that will be thrown will be no such element exception, right? The intent of no such element or no such frame, all these things is something that you'll be better able to understand in the next video. But for now, understand this, that just by having a look at the name of the exception that was thrown, you save a lot of time and you can simply go ahead and make the resolutions accordingly, right? For example, timeout exception will tell you that there's a time. No such element exception will tell you that the element was not present on the web page. No such frame will tell you that no such frame was present on the web page, right? So it helps you save a lot of time. You need not try each and every debugging thing. You just need to go and try the, you need to resolve the issue in accordance with the exception that happens, right? So that is what exception handling or try catch method is for you, right? Now, I hope that this quick video did help you understand the significance of exception handling in Selenium, and you are around 60-70% clear, because I understand it's very difficult to get a grasp of things in the first go. But even if it is 60-70%, it's more than enough, right? So I hope that you like this video, and see you in the next video where we are going to talk about the 3 most common Selenium exceptions and how to handle them. See you.